Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, salatu wassalam ala rasulillah. Alhamdulillah, we've had a chance to talk about a number of tools that we can use, inshallah, to help ourselves come closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, come closer to living a life where we are more prophetic, inshallah, in our nature and an approach to things. But like any tool, it's useless unless we actually choose to use it. And if we don't make a conscious choice to implement the things that we've been talking about, then it disappears from our minds. And we revert back to an inward state where we're just kind of focused on our own mode of being in the world. We have the ultimate guide, the Quran. But again, if it's not doing anything other than keeping the dust off the shelves of our bookshelves, it doesn't do us any good. It has to be something that we open and read. And I remind us again with the ayah we ended with last night. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu attaqullaha wa litanzur nafsum ma qaddamat lighadan wattaqullaha innallaha khabirun bima ta'malun. O you who have attained faith, remain conscious of Allah, and let every human being look to what He has sent forward for the morrow. And once again, remain conscious of Allah, and Allah is fully aware of all that you do. Because we live in an age of heedlessness, and it affects and infects all of us to a certain degree. And so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us some moments in life. Again, all of us have moments of heedlessness, some aspects of our life where we're not conscious as we should be. We don't have that degree of taqwa as we should. But Allah gives each and every one of us certain openings, a certain clarity of vision, a moment where our head is above the water, and we have a sense of understanding of the urgency of time, that we don't know how much time we have on this earth, but no matter how much time, and even though it may seem to be a long time, we know that the time is so short, that the years, when we look back, have disappeared so quickly. And we have these moments where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allows us to really see what it means to have taqwa and to have an awareness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and our purpose on this earth. And so I hope for myself and for you that perhaps, inshallah, in some of these talks, we have that moment of clarity to realize where we stand and what we need to do to achieve a greater sense of taqwa in our day-to-day life. And I think that what we have to do when we have this momentary break in the fog, the glimpse of the path that we need to take, is to seize those moments and make some notes for ourselves to see what it is we need to do to move forward, to chart the path. If we're trying to make our way through a landscape and there's a heavy fog, we're not sure where we're going, we can only see what's in front of us. But if there's that moment when the fog opens up and we can see ahead of us, we can see the path we need to take. And in that moment, if we write down what we need to do, we write down our warning signs for the danger areas that we see, then as we move forward, even with the fog back in again, we have an idea of how to chart our path, to avoid the pitfalls, and to stay on a path that's closer to having a constant state of taqwa. We're not the prophet, and we're not going to get to that state of prophethood. But he was a human being, and he set an example, a living example, for us to conduct ourselves in a way that is truly a path of taqwa, a path of God consciousness, a path where we're truly concerned about those around us at least as much as our own selves. And that's a reflection of our conversation, of our being, of our interactions, whether it's at a dinner party or a business transaction or here at the masjid or we're volunteering or we're in a position of leadership or with our own children or with our parents. But in each of those instances, we have a deep, sincere consideration for the other person because Allah is in our affairs as we are in the affairs of our brothers and sisters. And every one of us needs to have Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgiving us, having mercy upon us, elevating us, being concerned about us. And so we need to have that reflection in the lives of those that are around us. And so I would ask that you take some time, take the next hour, the next half an hour, make some notes for yourself. If anything has impacted you, if anything I've said has benefited you, review the videos, but think and see what you can take, inshallah, from what we've covered to see how you can be better. You can be more God conscious. You can be more aware of those people around you so that inshallah it becomes something integrated into your life. Ask yourself with that brutal honesty, where have I been inward towards each of the things that are important to me in my life? Those areas that I want to change, that I want to improve in. So that as I'm charting my path forward, we can start to look at those tools, those ways of benefiting ourselves, benefiting those around us, to become closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, closer in following the sunnah of our beloved messenger, so that inshallah Allah joins us with him, because we're told by the Prophet ﷺ that whoever gives life to my sunnah will be with me in Jannah. And there's no better, greater place for us to be than near our beloved in Jannah. So let us strive to give life to the sunnah, and this sunnah of thinking outwards, of being concerned about those around us, first and foremost. And ideally, inshallah, we push ourselves to even preferring our brothers and sisters to ourselves in our big transactions and our little transactions. And I ask that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us success and closeness to Him, increased amounts of taqwa, and keep us in that state for our entire lives, and that He does not let any of us die except in the state of Islam, that He counts us all amongst the shaheed, and that He unites us with our beloved in Jannat al-Firdaus. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Sheikh is also saying Jazakallah.